Engineer 775, working on some homesteading projects. This is a little form we're going to pour for a Mira Fount. Elijah is helping today. He's my big helper. And we've just stubbed up a 1-inch line that's tied into our gravity-fed tank that's up on the hill. And we're going to put a variety of these Mira Founts around the property. So this is going to be a double ball feeder, on water I should say. And we're going to pour a little concrete base. And then we'll bolt the Mira Fount down to the base. Because if you've got cows, you know how tough they can be and how destructive they can be. So we're going to have these set up, and they're great for keeping your water clean, great for not freezing, and even if you live in a very cold climate, you can get heaters and you can do heat wells. I just put a little casing around this and we'll insulate it down. Don't really need it here. I mean, the pipe will be insulated, everything's going to be under concrete, and so we're just going to go ahead. You're fine, scrape away. And then we're going to just mix up Quickcrete, and we're going to do a couple of these Mira Founts. Okay, we've formed up a little base for the Mira Fount, and we've mixed up the Quickcrete, got her screeded off, and we made a little well that we're going to insulate down, and it'll be insulated all the way from the top inside the Mira Fount, and it will not freeze. It will not freeze here where I'm located. But there are heater options for the Mira Founts if you live in Canada or Alaska. So anyway, that's it. We're going to give these things 3 days. We're going to pour another base. We got 2 of them to put in, and that's about it. So we'll come back in and we'll put some concrete anchors and bolt the Mira Fount to the base. Okay, we're continuing the Mira Fount installation. We've poured our little concrete pad. For this installation, we're splitting the fence line. We're going to have the cows able to come to either side of this Mira Fount, depending on what pasture they're in. This allows you not have to spend so much and have to put water in every pasture. So we are splitting the fence with this one. We have stubbed up our water line from our supply, and we got to cut that and modify that here shortly. But wanted you to kind of see the inside of the Mira Fount. Those are the plugs. You always put your plugs in from the inside, not from the outside. And that's a way to clean them out and drain them. And so we have anchored. We waited 3 days, and we've anchored the Mira Fount to the concrete base. The cows can't push this around. We will backfill all this with some crush and run gravel, and because this will be an area that they travel to quite frequently. So we want to make sure we take into account our erosion control. So on the bottom of this tank, there's a gasket that keeps any air from getting in under the tank to cause any freezing issues with our standpipe. We've put our concrete anchors in, so we're bolted down and we're ready to get it to where it's functioning. We're going to put 2 of these in, get them all plumbed and ready, and then we'll turn the water on.
I'll be good by later.
Okay, here's the top on the Mira Fount. And we've put in the float mechanism here. Oops, sorry. And then we've insulated the pipe coming up, so the supply line coming up. So there you have it, and we'll be back to do some adjusting. Okay, we've got water turned on to the Mira Founts for the first time. You see the water coming in the main valve. We've worked most of the air out of the line, and you see the blue check balls are coming up the seat. So you got to make some fine-tune adjustments on this ball. We want to make sure it doesn't hit the sides and the well there. The orientation right. That's fairly simple. And it should shut off here shortly. We'll keep this going so she does shut off. See how these are not seated yet. See, these aren't. You don't want to let bugs and things get in here, so you want that to float. I have to make a little more adjustment on it. That's pretty much it. We had a little leak here because I didn't put the plug in deep enough. There's rubber plugs, and make sure you put them in from the inside, not from the outside. And so that's it. So now it's cow training time, and we can help you with the Mira Founts. They have these. I'm going to actually add a section on these for the goats. They're called Little Springs. they don't have these balls in them, and they just freely drink out of them. But they have a center control valve, float valve as well. I'll show you some of those too. So great for a long-term sustainable homestead to increase your herd's health. You want to make sure they have the best water they can possibly drink. And a lot of farmers have a lot of algae ponds that they're watering their cows out of. You can't beat these for keeping your water from freezing. On a hot day, they're going to drink cool water, and on a cold winter day, they're going to drink relatively warm water. But it's a great water supply for your herd. All right, the cows have been using the Mira Founts. Again, I still have to put some gravel and build up this area. I've been training them. You can see there's a bolt in there that holds this ball back. So you just push the ball down and bring it up into position. You hear the water running in, and then both balls will seat. So hopefully, I'm going to do one more day of training. I'm not going to mess around with it. I've got to go out of town for a bit, so I'm going to leave it in training mode. And that way they just stick their heads in there and drink. So great, very happy with these. Very tough little Mira Founts, like a thermos. Cow's going to get really clean, cold water, and that's great on a hot summer day for them. It's good for healthy herd. It's good clean water. So anyway, if you're into homesteading, and whether you have goats or horses or cows, I think they even have them for pigs, but check out the Mira Founts. If you want more information, we are actually a dealer at practicalpreppers.com. So this allows us to start from the source, find the source of water, develop the source of water, deliver the water in an off-grid fashion, and then end of the line would be your waterers, of course your home, and even filtration in your home. So it's been a fun road to go down, and a lot of different alternatives, a lot of different solutions for you if you're interested, from source to the end user, whether it be a cow, pig, goat, sheep, or your family. Not in that order, but anyway, if you need any help, let me know. Engineer 775 signing out.